again. I'm literally going to start right now.
All right, kick ass.
Hello, everyone. Shawn, shut. Sorry. I didn't expect us to step on each other. Hello, everyone, and welcome to A Path Through Time. My name is Dakota, your PM, your DM, your GM, and sitting to my left is somebody whose favorite drink, that's the word, I had a brain fart. Sitting to my left is someone who likes drinks, and their favorite drink is battery acid.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm Evelyn, and I'm currently drinking battery acid right now. It's burning my tongue, but it tastes delicious. And to my left, rumor has it that he was just cast as Ralph in the Italian dub of Not a Scratch.
Italian dub.
Oh, Italian. Yep, I've been in the running for a long time for that position, and I finally got the news today. I made it. I speak no Italian, so I have no idea how I did it, but I guess I can just grazie my way through this and try to throw out some pasta names every once in a while. And sitting across from me is someone who is being taken over by a super intelligent shade of the color blue.
It's me, the color blue. Join the resistance against the humans. Hi, I'm Shawn.
Hi, Dalek.
Oh my god.
Okay, and this time we are not going to forget it. We are actually going to be doing the recap in the correct part. So I need everybody to roll me a d4, and we will see who is doing the recap.
I got a 3.
3?
I also got a
2.
3.
And Eli got a 2? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, I got a 2.
Alright, and I also got a 3. So I feel like we did this before.
This is exactly what happened last time.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Evelyn
Alright,
and
so
Shawn
since
did it
Evelyn-
before as well. So you two need a
Alright, so since Eli didn't get a 3, he goes.
No, that's not how this game works. Last time we did a roll off.
Alright,
Either that or you guys.
Alright, we rolling the d4 again?
We
rolling the
any's
d4
D4
again?
as long as it's the same.
Alright.
Yeah.
I'll roll another
again.
d4.
Thank you. I got a 1.
4.
Alright, Hikaru gets to do the recap this time.
Yay! So, last time on A Path Through Time, we, Hikaru, Sammy, Bruce, and Walter, I finally remember everybody's names, walked an hour and a half to the Museum of Art and Music to investigate the stolen book called Elgium's Guide to the Galaxy, which we thought might be connected to the space-time rifts that have been opening. On the way there, we stopped at a Boca McDonald's and had lunch because we were tired and hungry. And then we got into the museum. We went into the back of the museum and spoke to a curator, a raboot named Clarice. And Clarice asked us a lot of questions. But, and then suddenly a Pelipper just, flew into the museum with an envelope for Walter. And things got really awkward. The letter inside said it was important. Something really bad happened in Gale Beach, and it was really important for Walter to come back. And we all decided to go back to Vulcanburg, back to Gale Beach with him. So we all just booked it out of the museum and took the next train back to Gale Beach. And when we got there, we all camped out in the first floor of Hikaru's house, the store. Hikaru's parents got upset, and they said that, they were upset that Hikaru allowed all of them to stay at their house overnight, but then they eventually let them. And an Empoleon from the military came, stopped outside of Hikaru's house and talked to Walter and explained that Walter's father had died in the fire. And Walter was, let's just say Walter was not sad about it. Yeah.
That's one way to put it.
And Bruce and Sammy were there while they were just walking out of the house as this was happening. And Hikaru was upstairs. And that's where we left it.
All right. I want to see if anybody can guess what Hikaru missed. Because there's one very important point that happened once you guys got off the train.
There
at
was
Vail
a
Beach.
guy that ran right through our group that may or may not have been Walter's dad.
That's the theory.
Well, that's your theory. I will neither confirm nor deny it.
That is the running theory among the players.
Oh, yep, that's your guys' theory. I will neither confirm nor deny. But yes, once you guys came to Gale Beach, someone interrupted you by literally bowling you guys over and just booking it down the train tunnel. Which, honestly, thinking about it now, I'm wondering if that person got run over by the train. The train was probably going to be taking off through that tunnel very shortly.
I think Sammy broke the fourth wall when that happened. He's like, it probably has nothing to do with the plot. Let's just get going.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Exactly. It has nothing to do with the plot.
Breaking the fourth wall, a time-honored tradition on A Path Through Time.
Yep, that's what we're known for. All right, and without further ado, I think we can
hang
jump
on
in. Unless you
Let's
guys have a better move
I thought you were
for
gonna
me.
get us
flower
a
trick
move.
on in.
Sure. We're gonna flower trick. Is that a move? It sounds vaguely familiar.
That's Meowscarada's signature move.
Okay. All right, that explains it. When I got Sprigatito, I evolved it into Florigato, and then I boxed it because I was pissed that it was a bipedal Pokemon. I was so waiting for it to be not a bipedal Pokemon.
Meowscarada's the best of the three, though.
That's highly
I
debatable.
think I've warmed up.
We don't have time for this debate right now. We will.
Anyway,
later.
No, actually,
Let's
we don't.
strength on in.
Yes, let's flower trick on in. Whatever that looks like.
Let's just swagger on in.
So we open up. Swagger too. We open up with Walter on the ground outside of Hikaru's house/store. And he's like crying/laughing out of madness, relief. That's yet to be determined. But you
Is
guys,
the Empoleon still here?
if I remember right, the Empoleon walked off out of like awkwardness ? I think I remember him saying he's never actually had somebody react this way to their father dying, so he kind of walked off not knowing what to do. And so Walter's there on the ground. If I remember right, correct me if I'm wrong, but Sammy and Bruce are standing just outside the house and they heard what happened, and Hikaru is inside the house. And I believe at this point, Hikaru's parents would have heard the commotion outside, especially the Empoleon that knocked on the door, and they are currently walking down the stairs and heading outside. Is Hikaru doing the same?
Yeah, Hikaru is walking down with them.
Okay, so currently Goku Hatsumi, who is wearing 3 ties, and what's your mom's name again?
Janice.
Janice. Hatsumi. Good grief, these not English names are.
Janice is not English?
Well, Hatsumi. I just couldn't remember what it was.
Right.
So you guys are walking outside. What is Sammy and Bruce thinking of what happened?
Just a big ball of confusion, let me tell you.
Yeah, like Bruce.
If this were the games, you'd see that big squiggly thing above Sammy's head. Like what?
Yeah, Bruce. Like he knew that Walter seemed relieved when the house caught fire, but he didn't think that he would react so openly in front of the person telling him that what happened.
I think Sammy's gonna go from confused to concerned.
Mad. Yep, this is the beginning of Walter's madness arc. I think it is at this point that the three people inside the three Pokemon inside the house are meeting up with Bruce and Sammy. What is so? Or Hikaru sees what you see is Walter laying on the ground in a puddle of his own tears, laughing, crying, hysterically in madness. What is Hikaru doing about this?
Hikaru's gonna run over to Walter and say, Walter, what's going on?
Did you hear what happened? Did you hear what the Empoleon had to say?
Vaguely. I mean, I only heard like whisper, mutter from like my second floor bedroom.
It's my dad. He died in the fire. I mean, I'm finally free. I need you all to roll me perception. Everybody.
Okay.
2.
3.
Take my modifier.
Oh wait, +2 is 5.
Okay.
Doesn't
I rolled a
matter
16.
either.
So Hikaru and Walter, since you guys are further outside the building, Hikaru and Walter notice there is a Lucario running down the lawn towards Walter.
Oh, is that your mom?
Walter looks around, wiping tears out of his face, and he says, "Oh, Mom!" And he gets up and jumps towards her, hugging her. And it is confirmed, yes, this is Walter's mom. I believe I had a name for her.
Yes.
Let me pull up my sheet real quick. I believe it was
Valerie?
Veronica?
written down here somewhere.
Veronica.
It is Veronica. I just reached that at the same time. So yes, Hikaru, you specifically noticed that this is Walter's mom. Her name is Veronica, and I believe I mentioned in the very first episode, but she is the lead singer and guitarist of the Gravel Rocks, a rock band. And she is hugging Hikaru, not Hikaru, she's not hugging Hikaru, she is hugging Walter. So Veronica, or Walter's mom, is hugging Walter, and she's like, "Oh my god, I've been looking for you guys everywhere. I went over to Bruce's place. I went to Sammy's place. They didn't open the door. And this was the last place I've checked. I figured you because you said you might. I said you probably were gonna stay at Hikaru's place. So I checked here, and because you guys rolled so high, I feel like Walter is currently preoccupied. But Hikaru, you notice Mrs. Flameback standing on the hill from where Veronica ominously with a pair of binoculars.
I forgot about that.
So do Sammy and Bruce not see Veronica?
Or do we not see Bruce's mom?
Or do we not see Bruce's mom?
Bruce's. No,
Do we see either mom?
No, you guys rolled low. You can. At this point, you can see Veronica hugging Walter, but you do not see Miss Flameback.
I'm just like,
Yo, Bruce,
shocked
look.
at
She's a famous person.
It's a famous person. Yeah, I guess she is kind of famous, isn't she? And so Veronica holding Walter, she's like, "Oh my god, it's true. Yesterday the house, it's gone, and so is Vince. Vince is dead. They took him out in a black bag. I had to identify him. And she falls on the ground crying as well, with Walter.
And Hikaru's in shock, but she walks over to Walter and his mom.
Okay, at this, both Walter and Veronica look at you, and Veronica's like, "Oh, Hikaru, I take it you took Walter in, and she can't speak. She's at a loss for words."
Mm-hmm. And like Pikachu's just staring blankly.
I guess so, yeah. I think it's at this point Mrs. Flameback makes herself known, and she walks down the hill towards all the commotion, and she is like, "I'm sorry to interrupt everything, but I think you guys need a place to stay, right?"
Yeah, Mom, we were actually just heading home. we're gonna.
Yeah, hold on, actually, 1 second. I need to roll for this. I'm gonna have to roll
That's not a
insight.
lie.
Whoops. Well, also...
It's also like, what, 1 o'clock in the morning?
I kept wrong.
Yeah, we
Well,
were
We
going
were
home.
actually heading home.
We
Me
were,
and
I think
Sam-
Sammy and Bruce were heading to
Yeah,
Bruce's
Sam-
house.
Yeah,
Or at least-
to stay the
well, at
night,
least
and then
our
we were
own
gonna meet
homes.
back up.
Okay, yeah, so, yeah, she is like, it looks like you guys need a place to stay. Also, Bruce, how close are you to your mom?
Pretty close, I'd say. I mean,
Like in terms of distance or relation.
Oh,
Distance.
distant? I mean, if she was just walking up, then, like, however far you want her to be. Because she
Okay,
just walked
well,
up to the
fine, we'll
group,
say she's
so...
next to you, because she knows you. Okay, well, I'm gonna say she walks up to you, and she leans over, and she's like, I need to ask you guys some questions as well. I need you and your friends to come. You guys can stay the night at my place. And she says this to Bruce specifically.
Okay. Do you need all of us?
Does Sammy not hear that? I'm
Hikaru
standing
and-
right next to him.
Sure, Sammy heard that. She's going to announce, hey, if you guys need a place to stay, come with me. It seems like things are rough right now. You guys need, company. So, I think you
I'll
guys
come
should
too.
come with me. Okay, yeah, you come. Yeah, that's a good idea. And, she sort of walks over to the corner of the house and waits, in case, Veronica and Walter want to do anything.
And do Walter and Veronica want to do anything?
Are you guys doing anything? At this point, I was gonna throw it over to you guys first, but Veronica and Walter at this point have stood up after hearing Miss Flameback's announcement, and Veronica nods at Miss Flameback and Walter, which roll me, and whoever wants to roll me insight on Walter.
6.
Jeez. Getting the low rolls out early tonight. 6 plus 2 is 8.
Wait, you know his modifiers?
What?
Are we rolling
We're
for
rolling-
Walter or and?
No.
Oh, I
you're
thought we were rolling
insight
for Walter.
on
Okay.
Walter.
Oh well, I rolled a 6.
Okay. Is Hikaru doing anything with that?
I'll roll 2.
Okay.
Is Insight also a beauty roll?
Yeah.
Yes.
I believe so.
okay.
Yes.
Go for a third 6.
10.
There we go.
Okay, 10. So you guys, Hikaru could see this better being a friend of Walter's, but Bruce and Sammy, you guys see that Walter is very much sad and confused. Hikaru, because you got a mixed success with the 10, you can see it's a little bit more the confusion. You also see a little bit of relief and possibly madness. in his
Madness
eyes.
as in he went mad?
It's the start of Walter's villain arc.
In a sense, he doesn't. How do I put that into words? Actually, he doesn't quite know how to handle his feelings, and he's he knows he shouldn't be happy at the news of his father's death.
He's
but
upset.
He can't hold back He's upset, but he's also happy, and I feel like that's mixing into what can be perceived as madness.
Why is he upset?
Are you asking this to Walter?
No, to you.
Oh, well, that's
Right.
something you have to ask to Walter. That is extreme.
Why is he upset? I don't know. Ask Walter.
Okay. Well, I guess that's as far as the insight roll goes. So.
Okay, so with that, Veronica and Walter start heading over to Miss Flameback. I am taking
Yeah.
you guys are as well.
I'm already
I'll walk
standing
next
next
to
to her.
Walter.
But, I wasn't expecting my mom to be up at this hour, but yeah, I guess we're being escorted home now.
As
Bye,
you guys
Hikaru's
walk
parents.
to Miss Flameback's house, which I don't know how far it is. As you say that, Goku Hatsumi wearing 4 ties waves back at you guys, and Janice. I don't even know why I'm using their full names. The parents wave back at you.
Man, your dad's so cool, Hikaru. He's got so many ties.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he really likes those ties. I don't know why he's wearing them to sleep, but
How many years have you been giving him ties for Christmas?
I haven't been giving him ties for Christmas. I think that's
It must be
I think his
Flynn, then,
clients give him ties.
Ah, okay.
That's his payment for real estate. I'll give you this land for 5 times.
He's rich in ties.
So, as you guys walk home, Miss Flameback explains why she was there. She states that Veronica stopped by her house to to see if Walter was staying at her place, and she wasn't. And it was at this point that Miss Flameback was concerned and joined Veronica on the search for Walter, because she knew that Bruce was with Walter, and if Walter was in trouble, Bruce probably was too.
Did Miss Flameback just leave Arabella at home by herself?
It's midnight. She's probably sleeping.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm wondering why Veronica went to the Flameback's house to look for Walter when they weren't even really friends.
I mean, I feel like Veronica would have known that Walter hangs out with a number of people, and she just, in her desperation, went around and visited a bunch of people to see if Walter stayed at any of their places.
Okay. I guess I can accept that.
Can I insight check that?
Sure. Roll insight on the DM.
8, never mind.
8?
Yeah.
Dang.
Oh well, I rolled a 3, and I do not have any modifiers. So because so I can say that yes, this is.
It just seems kind of sus that
is
she would
what
go to the
happened.
people that he's not super
it's-
friends with before the one he's like best friends with.
I think it was just like an order of how close she was. I don't think, because I think Hikaru was like on the other side, because Quinn mentioned that Walter was on the other side of the city. So I think Veronica would have chosen the closest and worked her way onwards.
Okay,
That's
makes
my
sense.
justification. This is a very roundabout way of explaining all this, but sure. You guys reach the Flameback residence, and Alfred is awake wearing his pajamas, and he opens the door for you guys as you guys enter. Miss Flameback gestures to all of you, and she's like, okay, well, welcome to my place, I guess. This was very much unexpected. Please be quiet. I mean, Arabella's still sleeping. And she gestures to one of the rooms. Veronica, if you want, you can stay over in this room, and she points to one of the guest rooms. I am deciding is there. And she says, you 4 can stay in that room, and she points to the room opposite of that guest room, which I'm
Bruce
going
can
to
stay
say
in
is
his room?
number 2.
Yeah. Bruce
Bruce
has his
has-
own room, and I would
This
say
is-
there's probably at least 3 guest rooms.
Hold on, this actually makes sense. She gestures to Bruce's room and says that all 4 of you guys can stay in there.
Oh,
That
okay.
makes more sense.
I think it makes more sense to have the guest rooms, but
Unless
Yes,
Bruce
it's up to
doesn't
you.
want to have a slumber party with us.
I mean, I figured Sammy would stay in Bruce's room, and then Hikaru would take a guest room, and Walter and his mom would take another guest room.
Okay, so I need, actually no, not yet. So, as Veronica Veronica heads to her room after making sure Walter's okay, and after Veronica disappears, it is just Miss Flameback, Alfred, and you 4, and she leans in closer, and she's like, to Bruce, and she's, hey, can I see the jewels again real quick?
Yeah, got him right here.
Don't worry, Miss Flameback, I still got my rock.
And as you dig into your bag, Bruce, you cannot find the orb.
Well, I was not told to remove the family jewels from my bag on my sheet, so they should be there.
I want to refer to last
When
episode
someone bumped into us.
when someone bowled you guys over in the Gale Beach subway. Every single one of you guys failed your perception
Accurate.
check. None of you guys noticed that you have gotten mugged.
Did they mug all of us or just Bruce?
Do you guys want to
Roll a mug
perception on
check.
that?
I'm doing it.
All right.
Roll mug
I'm
check.
gonna roll
4.
perception again. 8.
4.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Do,
Okay.
do they really
so-
need to roll to look through their bags?
Yeah, good point.
You know what? Actually, that's fair.
Like,
actually.
you should be able to
Yeah.
notice if there's stuff
So-
missing from your bag.
Right. Yeah.
Yes, that is true. So, in order, this is what everybody is missing. Bruce. Bruce is missing the family jewels. Walter is missing his power band. Hikaru, what did you... Hold on. You are missing a yellow gummy, aka the Yelly gummy. And Sammy is missing Jennifer.
No!
Oh no! He
Sammy's
doesn't
missing
have
what?
the rock.
My pet rock.
Jennifer.
Oh.
The pet rock Jennifer.
Just gonna delete my Jennifer.
Yes. So I need all of you guys to remove the items I have just mentioned.
I have removed the item that is not even a real item.
Same.
It is not a real item. Okay, so what is Bruce doing about this? You cannot procure this orb or family jewels as it's been called.
Let's see. What should I roll to see if I can figure out that it was the when we got ran through? Smart.
Roll history. That's a smart check. I do believe.
There we go. 16 plus 1, I believe. Yeah. 16 plus 1, 17.
Okay, yeah, with a full success, you can very much remember that is exactly where it happened.
Oh boy. So, as soon as we got off the train from Valkenburg, we got bowled over by some crazy guy, and apparently he stole some stuff from us. And the family jewels is one of them.
You're. Ooh.
I'm not sure. What does he want with a yellow gummy?
Roll. What should I have you guys roll for this? Hold on. This is actually like a pivotal point. I have to make sure I get you guys the correct roll. I'm not gonna have you guys roll anything. I'm just gonna give you guys this. So your mom looks at you and she looks so shocked. She looks like she's about to. I don't know, what would she do if she's angry? She starts pacing back and forth.
The flames on her
she's
back just like flash.
Oh my god! They flash, very big, and I'm actually going to. I swear, girl.
Oh no!
Don't, not again.
Okay, so she failed her. I had her roll for an ember, which is just an accuracy check of 6. She rolled a 3, so thankfully she does not set the house on fire. But she starts pacing and muttering to herself. She's like, "Oh my god, dude, I can't. Hold on." And she looks at you, Bruce. Bruce, who did this? Where is it? What happened to this orb? And she looks very, very stern and angry. You have never seen your mom react like this
Well,
before.
we have no idea who it was. We just know it was a large Pokemon running through the train station. If it was really that important, why would you give it to me right as I'm going out on a journey?
Oh my god, I can't remember this now. Oh my god. And she looks over at Walter and Alfred, and gives him a questioning look. Alfred looks very concerned, but slowly nods. Okay, it's been, oh my god, it's been 8 years, Bruce, do you remember how your dad died?
Yeah, how could I forget? The Malamar.
Okay, I need you to explain to me how your dad died.
There was a Malamar, and it used Night Slash and Psycho Cut, like at the same time, right at this flame spot on the back of his neck, and then it went around to Throat Chop, and that was it. To Throat Chop, and Yeah.
Throat chop. Sorry.
And that was it. It was over so fast. And then there was, it's weird that there was some light that just it felt so strange.
Have you never questioned why that was?
I figured it was just some like mad attack on our family. Like I know you guys owned a big corporation, and it could have been anyone.
I can't believe I'm revealing this now. Oh, Bruce, your dad is not dead.
What?
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 Oh my god, it's been 8 years. That bright light, he told me it was gonna be a side effect. Oh my god. Okay, so that Malamar did not kill your dad. That Malabar, okay, I think you should, Alfred, do you think this is a good idea? And Alfred looks over at Miss Flameback and he's like, if you believe it is time, yes, I do think it's time to lay all the cards on the table. And he starts walking towards the front door. And Miss Flameback starts nervously following him. Come you guys, I think it's finally time you guys saw the truth.
Where has he been all this time? It's been so long.
Just come with me. And she starts hurrying after Alfred.
As Hikaru is hearing Bruce's mom say that his dad isn't dead, she's just like, her mouth opens wide and she's like, Nani?
Jeez, maybe Hikaru was right. Maybe we don't die. Bruce, punch me! Really hard!
I'm not gonna do that, Sammy. I just want to know what's been happening all this time.
He's been gone for so long.
Yeah, he's been gone since before we got Arabella.
I mean, she doesn't even know then.
Yeah, she doesn't even
She's
know.
asleep.
I kind of want to wake her up. She should know this.
I feel like if your mom wanted her to know, she would have went and let her know. Maybe it's best to let her know in the morning.
Probably.
Okay, so are I'm assuming you guys are
Do I
following.
do it?
Yes.
Do I go wake up Arabella? How much would it screw things up if I go and wake up Arabella?
I will say nothing. It is up to you. I will say it will change things a great deal, but I will not say whether that is for the greater or for the worse.
I guess I better find out what happens before I do anything with Bella.
You're
Yeah.
gonna leave Arabella?
That was Bruce talking to himself.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't realize that. Okay, so as you guys follow, Alfred and Miss Flameback are heading towards the back of the house where, Bruce, do you guys have like a shed or a barn or anything back there?
No, I don't. Well, I don't really
You have a
think
garden.
so. Yeah, we've got the garden in the back.
Okay, okay, I can work with that.
Yeah, cool.
Hello everyone, I'm Dakota, here to thank you for listening to our episode. Our show comes out every other week, Sunday morning. Go follow us on Instagram at PMDPathThroughTime, Twitter at PMDPathThroughTime, that's through spelled with a U, and our Discord where you can receive updates on the show, talk to us and give us ideas, such as question of the episode submissions. Speaking of which, this week our submission comes in from Rogue Moon, who is asking, will we see the kid versions of Not Scratch characters? And I do believe I mentioned Sandoran in episode, I want to say 7. And I do have other plans for cameos, so definitely keep your eyes peeled for that. Or ears. It's hard to watch a podcast. So with that out of the way, let's thank our music producers for this episode. And surprisingly, there's not very many. Thank you for Dreams and Hopes from Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Gates to Affinity, Azalea Town, Blackthorn City from Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Parfum Palace from Pokemon X and Y, still don't know how to pronounce that. Area Zero from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And Pokemon Center themed Lo-Fi remix by Glitch City. Back to the episode. So, as you guys get over to where Miss Flameback and Alfred are, they are standing in the middle of the garden, and they're waiting for you. Once you guys arrive, Miss Flameback says, "If you guys want to find out anything more, you must swear to me you will never tell anybody about this, ever. Do I have your word?"
Yes, Miss Flameback.
Yeah, of course.
When are we gonna tell Bella?
Walter also says, yeah, of course. This is a lot to take in, but yes, you have my word. And, Miss Flameback, referring to what Bruce just said, that is something I have to deal with. Whether she knows or not is, well, that's an issue for another time. I need your guys' word that you guys will never speak of this to anybody. But, okay. And she gestures to Alfred, and Alfred goes over to one of the little mini fence posts that surround the garden. It's like a little decorative fence post on the ground. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, let me make it something a little bit more easy to memorize. He goes over to one of the boards in the house, because I'm assuming there's oh no, this works much better. He goes over to one of the tomato plants, or tomato berry plants, I guess, and he pushes on it, and you can see that this tomato berry plant is very stiff, unusually stiff, and it seems Alfred pushes on this tomato berry, and it pushes like a lever. And as soon as he does this, a hatch opens up in the garden ground where all the sod comes up, and there is a hole in the ground.
Whoa.
Wow.
What the heck is going on here?
How did I never find that?
I mean, you don't really like tomato berries, so that might be it.
Yes. Miss Flameback says nothing, but Alfred leads the way, and you can see there is a spiral staircase heading downwards.
Yeah.
Alfred goes down the staircase, and Miss Flameback follows. She gestures for you guys to follow as well.
Oh no,
Yeah.
not stairs.
Do not roll down
Sammy,
the stairs.
swear,
Sammy.
Oh my
Bro,
gosh. I won't.
Do not roll down the stairs,
I didn't think
Sammy.
about that.
These stairs are walking stairs.
Could you imagine if this is where the campaign ended, with Sammy rolling down the stairs, crushing everybody?
All right.
Jumping down the hole and just splat.
Splat.
Yeah, everyone. And that's the end of the campaign. You guys will never find out what happened.
All right. I'll take it one step at a time.
Take your time. We don't know what's down there anyways.
As you guys head down the stairs, Miss Flameback stops, and who's last in line?
Sammy.
Okay, she gestures to Sammy. Sammy, that button there on the wall. And she gestures to a button on the wall. It's a big red button that says close. Do you mind pressing that?
Yeah, sure. He slams it with his hand.
Okay. You do that, and the hatch starts to close. And everything is dark except for the orangish lights coming from below.
Oh.
As you guys descend the staircase, what you see is not quite what you guys were probably expecting. As you guys get to the bottom of the staircase, you guys see a huge...
Holy Arceus, it's so dark in here.
It is. You guys see a huge open cave with technology everywhere. You see big whirring boxes that are making funny noises. You see pedestals with items on them. You see, in the very end, a big computer with a flashing dot on it, and a pathway leading straight towards that computer.
There's computers in this world?
Miss Flameback
Above
Yeah.
board.
There are in 20 years.
You got to remember what industry Miss Flameback
She's in the
is
tech
in.
industry.
Right.
And
So even
whenever
if
they run
the
into,
Outcast doesn't have computers, Flamebacks do.
there were definitely
Yeah.
computers in like the one I can remember specifically is when they were in New Shimmer City and Kyle was talking to the different clerks and secretaries and stuff. They were looking stuff
Oh
up on
yeah, yeah, yeah,
computers.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Miss Flameback, as you guys reach the bottom of the staircase, Miss Flameback and Alfred stop in the middle of the pathway, and you guys, all four of you guys, disperse. And she looks at you guys and says, "Well, I guess this is coming out now. Welcome to Project Flameback."
Whoa.
Hikaru's eyes just like open so wide that her eyeballs are about to pop out of their sockets.
Sammy's just exhausted from the stairs, but he's also looking around.
Oh, I thought you meant like Sammy.
No, he's just he's looking around, but he's just like, cool.
So, okay. Miss Flameback, oh god, how do I even start doing this? I'm so unprepared for this. Miss Flameback gestures for you guys to follow her again, and she starts heading to the big computer at the end of the room. It's like this gigantic CRT TV that is on the wall. It's like 20 feet tall and 50 feet long. Like 30 feet long. There's this big TV on the wall, and it's got this big white flashing dot on it. And what seems to be a grid, like a green grid, with just one flashing dot on it. As you guys head towards the computer, she starts explaining. You guys see that big dot there on the screen there?
Yeah. Is that like a map
Yeah.
of some sort?
That is,
Is that like where the pizza place is over there?
well, she ignores you, Sammy. That's your dad, Bruce.
What?
He's inside the machine?
He turned into a dot?
He's the ghost in the machine?
She face palms. Oh my god. No, Miss Flameback face palm, and she's like, no, okay, I need to start from the very beginning. Bruce, the night that your father disappeared, he didn't die. You see, when you told me these rifts started appearing, I kinda got a little excited. You see, when your dad disappeared, he didn't die. I think, what the current theory is he entered one of those rifts that you were mentioning, and he's not dead. I mean, otherwise this dot would, and she gestures to the giant TV, this dot wouldn't be there. And we always keep these, and she pulls up a pendant, a metal pendant that she's wearing on her neck. We always keep these so that way we can keep track of each other for this project. And his is still pinging out there somewhere.
He went into the rift?
That's our theory anyway. We don't exactly know. You see, these rifts started appearing about 8.5 years ago, about, I think is what it is right now. And he saw one of these rifts, and we decided to start investigating it because, we've got a bit of money. We decided to put a little bit of money towards figuring out what these things were. And over the next few months, we started researching them. We started what we call Project Flameback. And so what we've been doing is trying to figure out what these rifts are, what's been going on, and so we've decided to keep you guys out of it for, well, exactly what happened to your dad, Bruce. We didn't want anything happening, but he was investigating a rift one day. I know you don't remember, but we went out for a walk to get ice cream that one day. Yeah, I think your memory was wiped during the... Well, we'll get to that in a second. We were going out for ice cream, and you were there,
so many
and
questions.
one of these rifts... In a minute. One of these rifts appeared in front of us, and your dad, out of curiosity, I guess it's curiosity anyway, decided to try and touch the rift. and he started acting all frantic and like it almost looked like he had a seizure. But then the rift disappeared, and so did he did. So he did too. And ever since then, about 8 years ago, he's never. He's been. I've been able to track him using the GPS we have on each other, but he's gone. And to protect you, Bruce, I had a Malamar come over to the house and erase your memory. That's why you remember the Malamar. And I don't feel proud of it, but it was to protect you.
All these years,
Um,
I've been.
what's up? What else is on the screen?
What?
Well, see, that's the thing. Wherever she's at is not charted. It's nowhere on this planet that we know of.
But like, if these rifts have been coming up for the past 8 years, how have we only seen one recently? Shouldn't there be more?
You see, that's the thing. There's been a like when we started researching them, they started appearing everywhere. And at once he disappeared, they stopped showing up. And they never showed up until you guys mentioned them. I spent a lot of our funds from the tech business we have to fund this project to see if I could bring him back, to see if I could find a way to reverse everything, but yes, I've had very little progress. I've discovered some stuff, which I'll get to in a minute, but there's very little to go off of so far. Over the last 8 years, I haven't made much progress. And when you guys mentioned you saw rifts, that's why I kind of got so excited, because I think we might be onto something again.
Maybe, but
Do you know anything about a certain book?
Her face lights up at that, and she also looks a little bit embarrassed. She walks across the room, and in one of the display cases that had items in it, she takes off the glass top and pulls out a dusty old book. Are you talking about this? It is Elgium's Guide to the Galaxy.
That's the book.
Oh my gosh!
Look at that! We found the book, guys.
you had the book the whole time?
What do you mean? I've had this for years. What do you mean you guys are...
So do you
So
know
Mr.
about...
Farnsworth sent us to Vulcanburg to go find Blair the Absol. Blair the Absol sent us to a museum to find the book, and then we're back here and you have the book.
Do you know
Wait,
the
wait,
library
so-
that the library in Valkenburg that our family donated some money to a while back?
So here's the thing. 8 years ago, I kinda donated money to that museum so they could renovate the place. And while they were renovating it, they were adding a new section to the museum, which means the kind of wall was open, and I may have went through that wall. I think it was like a glass mosaic, and I kind of stole the book. She says, looking a little bit
Hey, you
ashamed.
guys think that's why Clary's
But
asking
I
so
have
many
my
questions?
reasons. I have my reasons. Don't.
Hikaru picks up.
Uh,
Hold on. So you absconded with the book 8 years ago,
yeah, that would have been about 8 years ago now.
and when did Bruce's dad disappear?
See, here's the thing. The reason I stole the book in the first place is so I could figure out what happened to your dad, Bruce. And it's one of the very few clues I have as to what's going on. It's the only lead I've got to go on.
So let me get this straight. You think just because
I-
you got
I
money,
wish
you can
they
take
should-
things, huh?
No, not like that. Please don't think of me like this. I'm doing this for, well, it sounds like a cliche, but I'm doing it for the greater good. I don't want to steal anything. It's just I can't just straight up buy it from the museum. They would never let me have that. They wouldn't name a price the first time I asked them, because it's, well, one of the most valuable things in the museum. It wasn't quite up for sale.
Hikaru nods and she says, "I understand."
You gotta do what you gotta do, I guess.
The reason I have this book in the first place is, and she starts opening the book, and she shows you guys, on the page there is a picture of 3 orbs, and the orbs are blue, black, and white.
Okay, not what I was expecting.
She takes the book back and she's like, I heard from the Acheron family, which
Okay.
I believe died recently? I'm not entirely sure. You guys said you went to see Blair at a library. Did that happen to be Blair Acheron?
Blair the
Yeah,
Absol?
I think that was her last name, yeah.
Yeah.
Archeon?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Crap.
it was Archer.
You guys went to the same place. I actually have it written down. I think it's either Archon
Yeah,
or
Archeron.
It is.
Archeron, yeah, Archeron.
Yeah, Archeron. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you guys went to the same place. Oh, no wonder you guys were looking for the book. Yeah, her family. I think they died recently. I haven't quite caught up with her in a while.
She did say that, yeah.
But I went to visit the Archeron family recently. Not recently, sorry, 8 years ago. And to see if I could find out anything. And they, yeah, just like with you guys, they mentioned a book there at the museum that had knowledge about strange space rifts and stuff. But the thing is, this book is in a very strange language. I can't read it. All I know is that these orbs are very vital in whatever these rifts are. I mean, they're mentioned all throughout the book. There's so many pictures of them. And then one day, I mean, I've realized the family jewels we have that have been passed down for generations is one of these orbs. Like, I'm pretty sure it is this orb, and she points to the blue orb in the book.
Well, now we've got a clue as to who stole it. Whoever stole it had to know something about these rifts.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. You see, I don't get me wrong. I am not happy that this orb was stolen, but the fact that, well, it is possible that someone just thought it was a gem. That is very possible, but they could also mean that they know something. So if we can find this person, they could help us. I hope. I mean, they seem to have their own plans.
We might have
They
to.
could help us.
We might have to beat them into helping us a little bit, but I'm sure we can manage.
I'd rather not involve violence, but I mean, yeah. I don't know. We'll come to that bridge.
Do we even know? Do we even know if Dad is still sane at this point?
I have no idea. I don't know anything except that he is alive, because these amulets or pendants or whatever you want to call them are fueled off of your life force, the same energy that fuels your moves and stuff. So once that life force goes away, so does his amulets, and the fact that his is still pinging means that he is alive. I don't think he's mad, because if he was mad, then he probably would have, died by now.
I guess we just have to hope he's alright then.
Oh, I think he's alright, but I don't know.
Above board, what's the amulets?
Like a physical description or
Like, I don't remember you mentioning an amulet before. Is it the gem? Is it the family
It's
jewel?
the amulet that Mrs. Flameback is wearing, and the one that Mr. Flameback is also wearing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just some
Above table,
I'm
the
pretty
orbs
sure.
are in the logo.
What? I'm glad you guys finally.
As soon as you said white, blue, and black, I immediately went to go look for it.
Yep, that is exactly what that is.
Yes, I had the same realization.
Yep.
And then it took me a second to remember who was in the middle,
yes.
and I was like, oh wait, that's Selena.
Man, is that really that
Yes.
obvious?
I thought it was Riolu at first. I'm like, no, that's Selena. Anyway.
It could be. I mean, she's been mentioned before.
Once.
Exactly once.
I will say no further. Right, where was I? So yeah, Bruce's mom is saying, yeah, that's all the leads we have so far. I managed to get this one orb. I can't figure out what it does, how to use it, and unless I can figure out a way to decipher this book, which nobody I've ever talked to knows any of these languages. And I can't decipher it, but if we could decipher this book, we could probably figure something out. Either that or find the orbs, which I also don't have any leads on. Well, maybe. It's possible. And she runs over to one of the computers, and I'm going to say this is the technological equivalent of a I don't know what era that would
Like
be.
an IBM
1818. It's like a 1980s computer terminal.
So like a okay.
Where it's got a built-in keyboard.
Like an IBM PC.
Yeah, kind of like that. And she runs over to one of those computers and she types in some buttons, types in some letters and stuff, and she pulls something up on the screen. And she pushes it to the giant screen on the wall, and it says, actually, what did it say? It's a newspaper clipping that says, "Breaking news, Valkenburg Vault recently robbed."
I knew that was important.
Oh my gosh.
I want to see the. Okay, this is above table. The reason I didn't want you to do anything is because I wanted it to be known early on, but I didn't want you to.
He's just like, I just made that up. It has nothing to do with the plot at all.
Above table as well. It's so weird that I remembered that detail from that episode.
Yeah, because I remember Eli specifically saying, "Bold of you to assume that Bruce read the newspaper." That isn't the.
I love that line.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't help. I've listened to like episode 4 like 15 million times.
That would be episode 3.
Yeah.
3 or 4? Was it 5?
No, it was episode 4 because that was when everyone was getting ready to meet with Mr. Dr. Sumo.
Episode.
And then you guys did the graduation.
Okay, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Honestly, it doesn't matter. It might be 3. I'm not entirely sure. I'll check later because it's in the beginning of the episode. But yes. So Mr. Flameback is like, that's where you guys come in. You've got a couple of things. You can try and decipher this book here. And I've actually made a copy of it here. And she runs over to another display case and pulls it out. And she pulls out a slightly more, not disheveled, like, the paper looks newer to you guys, but it's got like scribbled writing on it, like it was written very fast. But she holds this out to you guys. This is an exact copy, as close as I could get it to this book here. So I can keep this one safe, and we can have this one taken with somebody. I've only got one copy, so don't lose it, otherwise I'll have to make another copy, and that took forever. So I want you guys to hold on to this and see if you guys can figure out someone to decipher this. It's been a few years since I've actually tried to decipher it, and
I'm gonna take
also,
a look at the words in the book.
Yeah. Above table one more time. Did Blair say that she knew the older language, whatever thing?
To be clear, I am not saying this is written in Oldish. I'm just saying it's written in a
Yeah.
Okay, but does Blair know it? I guess this is question.
Yeah.
We did.
You didn't ask Blair. So
I mean,
she can't
I
tell
thought
you
she
now.
mentioned.
I was gonna.
She mentioned something about the book, and like being able to read it or something.
I think she mentioned.
I think so.
Did she? I'm not entirely sure. That's. If you guys ever decide to head back to Valkenburg and talk to Blair, that is something that could,
For the time being,
that'll be something.
Hikaru was gonna do a history check to see if she recognizes the writing system.
Go for it, yeah.
Right. That's a smart roll.
I'm gonna have you really want you to fail this check because that actually could.
With disadvantage.
Sure, roll with disadvantage. I'll roll off the best.
Okay.
Well, I rolled a 14.
I rolled a 13.
Dang.
Okay.
Wow.
To my
Okay, so I
number
wasn't
one.
rolling for this, but I rolled 2 die and I got a 19 and a 1. So I was like, dang, if I was participating, I'd be really mad.
Uh,
For plot related reasons, I'm glad you failed that check. I probably should not have had you roll for
this
that.
was almost a Ralph knowing
no, you
oldish
cannot notice-
kind of a move here.
Yeah. No, this language does not look familiar to you at all. It uses the same characters as the ones you use currently, but the words look like gibberish, as if someone just smashed their face into the keyboard.
On a keyboard. Okay.
Sure, keyboards have letters. That's just the
If
analogy.
computers
Alright.
exist, so do keyboards.
Yeah, I mean, Miss Flameback was just typing on a
Yeah.
keyboard.
And then
But yes,
Yeah.
so Miss,
Hikaru's like,
keep going. You're good.
yeah. This is literally Greek to me. I can't make heads and tails of it.
She looks at you. She's like, what's
You know, it's one of those.
Sorry,
languages
it's
that
just a
people
figure of
make up.
speech from the other universe.
You,
she's like, yeah. fair enough."
Hikaru, you didn't see into the rift, right? Did you?
No, I didn't. I don't know how I know that expression.
Yeah, so Miss Flameback is like, so yeah, currently the only leads we have is the bank robbery, the book, and figuring out what to do with that orb, which is currently missing. So I guess getting that orb back, which I'm doubling the blue orb, by the way, because there's the blue orb, the black orb, and the white orbs. The one we have is the blue orb, and I'm about 95% sure that is the one in the book. It's just so similar.
Okay.
We could probably find the other orbs as well.
I mean, yeah, that's the eventual goal. I don't know what we would do with these orbs, but I'm sure this book has answers to that.
Probably like a Dragon Ball situation. You get them all together, you get a wish or something like that. I don't know. I saw it on TV once.
Dragon
Yeah,
Ball?
dragon type ball. I don't know.
Never watched a Dragon Type. I was just about to say the exact same thing. That's funny.
Dragon Ball.
Dragonite ball. Dragonite ball. That was it.
Dredigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So yes, she. So who's holding the
I
book?
think Bruce will.
Hikaru was last looking
Walter.
at it.
Okay, so add one. You can either call it LGM's Guide to the Galaxy or Book of Legends. No, actually, no. Not Scratch has a Book of Legends. Jeez. Yeah, just call it LGM
Yeah.
Guide to the Galaxy, and you can put in parentheses copy.
So I'm taking the copy with me. That makes sense.
Yeah, she gave the copy.
It's
to you
just
guys
like
to keep.
photocopied sheets of paper stapled together.
Yeah, I think it makes
Essentially, it's in a leather backing, but it's basically just sheets of
Yeah, I think it makes sense to keep the original here, where it'll be safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's why I made the copy, so I could take it with me wherever I need to find someone to translate it, but... Yeah, so... That's where I'm at currently. If you guys ever need to come down here for any reasons, I have resources available, and this is going to be like our base of operations. The thing is, I don't know how your parents are gonna... I mean, obviously, don't tell your parents about any of this, please. I might be found out. That'd be terrible. But
Of course.
So what you're saying is you've recruited us to Project Flameback.
yeah, yes,
Heck yeah.
exactly. But you guys are gonna have to figure out how to move around because your parents are gonna want you home.
Well, we could just tell them that we're taking a gap year.
Gap year?
You know, before you start college.
Oh, between high school and college. I see what you
Yeah.
mean. Sure, if you need my help with any of that, I can put in a word for you somehow. I don't know exactly how I'd do that though.
Yeah. I'd appreciate that.
We were already kind of told to go on a journey to begin with, right? We already.
Yeah, we
That's
already.
true.
We already told all our
Yeah.
parents, like including you, that we
The
were
only ones that
going
know
on a
what's
journey.
going on. The only ones that know that we're back are Hikaru's parents. My parents don't know that yet. And Walter's mom's upstairs, and Walter's right there. And you're right here, Mrs. Flameback.
But yes, so that is the current standing. I think everybody except for Sammy's parents know that you guys are back since Veronica was at everyone's place visiting them.
Yeah.
Yes, because my parents would not have answered the door. They were asleep.
They're Snorlax, they will never wake up. Alright, the floor is yours.
So, Hikaru's gonna walk over to Walter and just check in on him.
You can see that Walter has calmed down. He is not frantic anymore. He seems to have accepted the news finally, and this new revelation has kind of taken over his mind instead of his dad.
Yeah, I think the same thing has happened to Hikaru. She was shocked before from all the things that had just happened, and then she's also like taking in all this
Miss
information.
Flameback pipes up. Oh right, if you guys ever need a place to stay, or if you guys need food or anything, please do come by. We've got living quarters over there for, well, the others, the previous people who tried helping me. And she gestures to a room to the right, and it's just a door. You can't see into it.
You had other people helping you?
Who else did you have helping?
Hold on, I'm gonna pull up a random Pokemon generator, or just throw 3 Pokemon at me.
Kabutops.
Spupa.
Kabutops? Do you guys have any?
Knucklestack.
Oh, Knucklestack, okay. And what about you, Shawn?
I said Spupa.
Spupa? What's that?
Spupa evolves into Vivian.
Is that a Gen 9 Pokemon?
Why is Steve?
That's Gen 6, I think.
Yeah.
That's Gen
Oh.
6. It evolves from Scatterbug into
I
Spupa
never.
De Vivillon.
to Vivian.
I don't think I ever knew the name of this Pokemon. Interesting. So yeah, so it's Kabutops, Spupa, and what's the other one again?
Knucklestack.
Knucklestack, right. Yeah, she's like, well, we had a couple other Pokemon, but I lost interest, I guess? I don't know, I think they found the project to be hopeless, and they tried to leave, but I had to change their memories, just like I did with you, Bruce, to make sure nothing got out.
Alright, I'm just gonna say, I'm a bit terrified of you because you can just apparently change people's memories. It's kind of super weird.
You see, I have to recruit someone to do that. I have to pay a pretty big price to do that. I mean, technically, yeah, I can, but I mean, I really don't want to. It's really, again, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm trying to do this for the greater good, and I'm trying to save him, but it's very hard being the only one being able to do that, so, I mean, it'll be great having you guys back. Or not back, but another set of people.
I mean, we'll definitely do what we can.
Above board, are there any easier ways for us to get into this base, like teleporters or anything?
Or do we have to come to the Flameback house every time?
I mean, you can ask Miss Flameback that. That doesn't have to be above board. I feel like Miss Flameback would know.
Miss Flameback.
Yeah?
Yeah, so are there any easier ways for us to get back to this base? Like when we came back from Vulcanburg to Gale Beach, it was a 10-hour train ride.
I mean, technically you could have someone teleport you here if they knew how, but I don't have anyone that can. As of right now, no. This is the only way in or out. Above board, this is not OSHA approved. There is no emergency exit.
Oh man.
I mean,
just like Portal. Did you guys ever see this video about how all the Portal facilities are not
Really?
OSHA approved?
Who would have thought?
No,
Yeah.
but I believe it.
with my limited knowledge of Portal, I 100% would believe.
I've played through both games multiple times.
Nice.
They're both great. Definitely play them.
We could stick a link to that in the
Sure.
doobly-doo or the Discord chat.
So, yeah, Miss Flameback is like, I know this is a lot to take in, but, it is currently 2 in the morning, no, 1:30 in the morning. Do you guys want to take a rest? I'm sure you guys, have stuff you need to do tomorrow. If you want, you guys can sneak upstairs so the others don't suspect anything.
Well, you know I'm all about sleep, Mrs. F. But my question is, where do we go from here? What do we do?
That's up to you guys.
Yeah.
We have a few leads to go off of. We got the book translation. We've got. Well, now we need to find the blue orb, and we need to investigate the Vulcanberg robbery.
Yeah.
So it
I
sounds
say
like
we
we're
go
going.
to Vulcanberg.
Sounds like we're going back to Vulcanberg. Yeah.
I think,
Yeah,
I think we should go back to the
Talk
train
to-
station tomorrow and see if we can get any info about the guy who mugged us.
Okay.
Maybe there's a
And-
lost and found.
that's a good idea too.
And then after we do that, we can maybe see if we can get some money for train tickets back to Valkenburg. We can go see if Blair might know anyone or be able to translate the book
Is this
herself
is this in or out of character?
in character.
Okay. Yeah. Miss Flameback's like, oh, of course. If you guys want to go to Vulcanberg, I can, of course, pay for the train tickets there. And she gives you, Bruce.
Yeah, Hikaru was pretty tight on money.
Yeah, she gives you, Bruce,
Yeah.
5,000 poke. This should cover a cost for a
Oh.
while.
Thanks, Mom.
What about the rest of us?
You guys can, right, and she hands
Yeah.
each of you 3. Each of the other 3.
I just
5,000
picture a
poke.
Pikachu handing her hand out. What about the rest of us?
3 poke?
No,
$3,000, I'm guessing.
5,000 poke to everyone, including Walter.
Okay,
Oh, okay. To each of us.
Yeah,
5,000 to
I
each of
said that
us.
initially.
gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, she's like,
I'm up to 5,030.
Okay. Well,
5107.
there we go. That worked. I was just gonna sort of split that above game, but this works too.
yeah, don't worry about it. It's not much to me at the moment. I mean, not much compared to the electricity bill of this place, she says, tugging at her neck. But
It's all right. You got this. I'm sure Flameback Enterprises is paying for all of this, right?
I mean, I've been doing it for the past
Probably
8
not.
years, so yes. I mean, your guys' help is more than payment enough. So, yeah, you guys should go up and get some rest. And she kind of gestures you to
All right.
shoo out.
All right.
Another above board question.
Lots of above board this game.
Yeah. Just kind of trivial, but like I feel like photocopiers would exist at least in the house of Flameback.
I'm just gonna say the book is probably too old and fragile for a photocopier. That's the justification
Yeah.
I'm gonna put out there.
You don't want to use lasers on ancient artifacts.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely fair.
I take it you guys are going upstairs.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll go upstairs. And Hikaru will walk in the back with Walter.
Okay. Yeah, Walter hasn't said much, but he is very, very like he's looking around just in awe of everything that's going around.
Yeah, and I wanna check in with him, like actually chat with him. Hey Walter.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
I'm not sure if I should be happy or sad or excited or angry. Like it's just a huge jumble of feelings. Like on one hand, yeah, I'm kind of free of my dad, but I mean, on the same hand, I shouldn't be happy about something like this. And now all of this is exciting, and we also have a huge responsibility now, and I don't quite know what to make of all of it.
Yeah, I'm really sorry that for the way that your dad treated you.
Yeah, it's well, it's over now, so
yeah. Just let me know if you ever want to talk.
of course we're gonna be really close now because we got this mission going on, and
Yeah.
so I'll always be here, I guess. And since I don't really have a home anymore, I guess this kind of replaces us as a home now, doesn't it? And he says, brightening up a little bit.
Yeah, you've got us. We're your family.
Well, thanks, he says, rubbing the back of his head. Let's go to sleep. I'm sure I'll feel better in the morning.
Yeah. Want a hug?
Sure. And as you know, you have to roll for hug.
What is the roll?
It's just a straight d20.
All right.
Okay.
I forgot about that.
I did not.
16.
Okay, yeah, he rolled a 9, so he hugs you very nervously, and you give him a very reassuring hug. As you guys head upstairs and back to the front of the house, you guys enter the building and enter Bruce's room. What does Bruce's room look like?
I don't know. Very, very like plain. Not really much.
It's confirmed. Bruce lives in a rubber room.
So it's gonna have like
a rubber room.
Yep.
Like
so like the wall.
Wait, a room made of rubber?
Yeah. Yeah, the one was full of rubber rats.
No. So it's like the walls are just painted red, but there's not really much. There isn't really anything on them. There's like a mirror, there's a desk, and there's a bed, and then there's like a little chest where he keeps his vest. His nice like.
His vast wealth.
His black vest with the hole cut out of the back for his flames.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, that's about it.
Okay.
Lots of floor space.
Miss Alfred knocks on the door. Well, you can tell it's Alfred because he says, Mr. Bruce. He says in a quiet voice.
Yeah, Alfred?
I have some cots for you and your friends. I figured it'd be better than sleeping on the floor. Can I come in?
Thank you, Alfred. Yes, we'll come get them.
Okay, I'll just leave them here. I shall be heading to bed myself, so have a good one. And he
Good night, Alfred.
Alfred.
Good night, Alfred.
And as you guys get set up and go to sleep, that is the end of the episode and the end of Arc 1. I've been Dakota, your PM, your DM, your jam.
I've been Evelyn, playing Hikaru. Woo!
I've been Eli, playing Bruce.
And I've been Shawn, playing Sammy. Happy first arc, everyone.
Yeah, we finally got that.